Hello, everybody. And today is the next day after all the YouTubers and friends have left Prague. Very sad. But oh my God, it was so fun and so cool to meet all of them. And with many of them, I have not seen ourselves in real life. So that was amazing. But I just wanted to take time and reflect a little bit on the whole experience and kind of give you my unfiltered thoughts about how it went. I'll try to be short, but you know how it goes with me. It's never too short, to be honest. So we divided YouTubers into several days just because we didn't want to pack them all in one day because it would have been a mess, and we wanted to give them proper time with the device with VR1. So on the first day, we had sadly it's Bradley and Tyrell Wood. On the second day, we had Voodoo D, and we had Ilya. He has pretty big Russian-speaking VR-related channel, but also he works at Vario, so he lives in Finland, and that was fun because he is a mechanical engineer at Vario. I think he's making prototypes there as well. And on the third day, we had VR Flight Sim guy. We wanted to have him in the previous day, but he was not able to come earlier. But we really, really wanted to show him the device. So he came in one day later, and we had amazing fun as well. So one thing to remember, we're not your classical corporate. We didn't ask them to sign any NDAs. I didn't give them any embargoes or literally no pressure at all. And we just gave them the devices and we said, go, test it, tell us what you think. So, and they did. But what are my feelings after those 3 days? I feel great. I feel great because while some of them, I'm looking at you, Brad, have found some things which, like for example, even I didn't notice, but they did find it. And we then quickly, even the same day, analyzed like what could it be. And then we really quickly found what could be the reason, and it's super easy fixable, to be honest. The devices they were testing were still manually assembled in-house prototypes, because we go through prototypes and through several phases, right? We show them all the floors of the office, all the production facilities, so they had access to everything. There were just few places where we asked them not to film, some super secret stuff. But other than that, they were able to film, make pictures, and probably they'll show that to you in the video. So that was really fun to be able to show them. They met many team members who were working on the device, and they were able to talk to them, ask them questions, ask me questions, literally unfiltered access. So that's cool. So the first day, sadly, Radley and Tyrell, they were testing it. So Radley found a little bit of some strange artifact. By the way, the devices were manually assembled in-house, so still not the facility production quality. Obviously, it was manually assembled and manually, calibrated, right? Manual calibration with people, and we were reassembling. To be honest, we were reassembling and changing some things like few days before they came, even. So you can imagine that the tolerances are far away from what we'll have in factories, obviously. But I tested the last day. I have to say, day before they came, I did the last test run of all the headsets personally, and I approved every headset we had. I liked the image, and I stand by that, of every headset, and I use all of them, obviously. So that was it. So Brad has found some artifacts. Also, I forgot the lenses. The lenses that were in those headsets had no coating. These are still not the final ones because we do bigger batches with the factory right now. The next batch arrives in the first 2 weeks of January. And these lenses which we had in the office, unfortunately, due to some time things, they had no coatings as well. So there was no anti-glare coating. and there was no anti-scratch coating, and there's some other parts which are coming into kind of final post-processing. I call it a post-processing of lenses. So these lenses, I probably it's the first time they've seen lenses without any coating at all, I would say, because that's not normal. Normally there's some coating applied to coatings applied to the lenses of the headsets. So yeah, so Brett has noticed some of the artifacts in the middle, I remember, and we wrote all of that down, by the way. This paper here is the feedback from all the people. We have it. I won't show it to you, but we have it. And to me, the most important part is there was no showstoppers. Like there's no showstoppers. Things, small things we can fix. Some ergonomic things, like a little bit more counterweight on the strap, a little longer middle strap part. This is all easily fixable and stuff. The artifacts, this is just the lenses. We realize this is the physical lens property, which was done by the the previous batch. And since we're still doing those runs, and we are still having the last bits and pieces of the lens kind of optimized. Plus, the lenses they were trying were manually chosen and manually inspected by people. We showed them the devices we're using to actually inspect them automatically in a much higher quality, like with 60 megapixel cameras, automated detection of inconsistencies and stuff like that. So that will be, the quality control of what we're doing will be, super, super high. And obviously these kind of inconsistencies will just not go through the quality control. But when you do it manually and you assemble the headsets manually and you have some tolerances, that happens. So he noticed that, and was for him it's hard, was hard to kind of concentrate on everything else because he noticed this thing for him. I understand, it's okay. Bread is bread. So other than that, I think he gave us a lot of kind of his thoughts, and which is always super helpful. About the head strap, as I said, and stuff. He said a lot of good things, of course, as well. Honestly, I don't even remember, like, because I don't concentrate on good things. I always concentrate on kind of like those things where he thought we could improve. And these I remember. But I think he liked colors, he liked vibrancy, he liked the field of view, all of this stuff. Hopefully, he'll confirm in his video, by the way. Tyrell, he was after Brad. He noticed this thing which Brad noticed as well. Then for him, I think one of the things he kind of complained a bit is that everything seemed a bit smaller in the headset. And I have to say, and I told him this, like he was the first one to have the problem, and also he had the same problem with Xtal. He said when he tested it, but kind of we never had these problems with others, and I don't feel things off scale. Also, because we allow people to have different render, to render yourself different FOV, when we started changing the FOV, I think that helped quite a bit. But yeah, so he noticed that. He will tell probably in his video. He measured his FOV in this ROV tool, and it was 118 for Tyrell, so 118 horizontal. So that was that. We had a lot of fun and mixed reality demos and stuff. So Voodoo D, I think he liked it. He was testing it. His FOV, man, Thomas, I almost fainted when he measured his FOV because he has an IPD of 59, I think. And he showed me all his measurements of all other headsets he used, and his FOV on every headset is super small. So our headset was still higher than any other headset he measured. So he measured 108 FOV, while he measured on other headsets, like, I don't know, Reverb G2 was 88 for him. So that's pretty low for all others, and we are still higher. But like when he showed me 108, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm like, what the hell, man? This don't tell me this cannot be. I mean, I measure 126, for example, and he measures 108. I'm like, what? But anyway, then I think Ilya measured from Mario. He got 118, I think, as well, or I don't remember exactly, but I think it was 118. So that we had a lot of fun from at Voodoo's account, because he, you know, whole day we're making fun of his small FOV. I'm sorry, Thomas. Anyway, so that's that. We had lots of fun. Again, lots of feedback. Thanks, guys. All duly noted. But as I said, good thing is there's no showstoppers. We're still on track of what our internal timeline is, and we feel confident that we can have the timeline delivered. Again, plus minus several weeks. I don't even count, like maybe 3 weeks plus minus. Doesn't matter, because we really want to have a good quality product rather than just rush something out. And then VR Flight Sim guy was on the last day. He loved the headset. He loved the colors. He loved the vibrancy in the sweet spot. The interesting experiment we did with him, because he measured the FOV, right, and he was getting 120, and which is good, right? It's good. And then so I was getting 126. He was getting 120. And then he did an experiment. He said the sweet spot is so big that I can actually move the IPD further away from, like, higher, but still stay in the sweet spot. So he kind of like moved it as high as he could, but still was seeing things clearly and was not uncomfortable for him. And then he measured 124. So kind of like he did this trick, and that was fun. For him, the strap thing, the shorter thing, was a little bit problem because he was not able to put the back part lower, and it felt for him a bit front heavy, not critical, but a bit front heavy. He said it. But for example, for me, I have a smaller head. I can put it all the way down and kind of like counterweight and fix the headset. And his fiance, she was able to do that as well, and she said, I don't feel the discomfort. Like it's okay. It is okay. So again, lots of feedback, lots of fun stuff. I'm sure he will tell you a lot in his video. I don't want to spoil anything there. Every YouTuber got from me the starting price. I don't want to tell it to you. I want them to tell it to you. They have no restrictions. They can tell it anytime, but of course, I think they will tell it in the videos. Yeah, we chatted a lot. We had great dinners. We had great fun. They came to Sony office as well to test the Tesla suit. They did some demos here. We showed them X-Style again as well. New Somnium 3.0. It just was a blast. It's kind of like, I felt like, yeah, we are like the enthusiasts, like the family of enthusiasts of VR is here. It's just such an amazing time to be alive and be together with them. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I am so happy we did it. It was super intense. You can feel my voice. I'm still like, my voice is broken. I was speaking all those days, and the dinners and fun and stuff. So that was it. So thank you very much, guys, all of you who came. Thank you for coming. I love you all. I love the enthusiasm you have, and all the criticism which you had. It's noted, and I know you're coming from like the love, let's say, part. You want the market to succeed. You want PCVR to be alive, and that's what I want as well. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, community. You were with us all the time. We were posting with you. We're posting pictures, videos, having fun. This is amazing, and we hope you'll love the videos they'll produce. And make sure that you reserve your spot, because there's a lot of reservations still coming, and production is never like this. It's slow and then faster in the end. So if you want to get it, if you want to get it, the reservation is free, obviously. If you want to get it sooner than others, you better reserve your spot, because you will need it. I can feel it already that you will need it. That's it, and hopefully see you soon at Somnium Connect.